Hello there. Just messing about with some additional drop shadows. This is just like extremely simple way to currently trying it out. It's just like another sprite that's being drawn on top of the tree sprites. Of course, there's a bunch of stuff. I actually should be drawing them in the lighting pass, so I can mask them out properly with the ground tiles and other assets, so the shadows won't be like drawn on top of the background. Looks kinda neat, I think. Of course, it needs a lot of work, but it's looking promising. I think it's a pretty cheap way to get some variation in the lighting during the daytime, especially when I combine it with the lighting system. So, like I have like these darker areas. If I combine these with those tiles, like those darkness tiles, I think it would look pretty. Hopefully. Anyway, this little fellow there, little snorkling. Original design by my 3 years old daughter. I did the first pass with those slope tiles, so I can walk from one height to another without always like jumping up there. Because I can still jump over the slope, but I can also just like walk up here. I basically just duplicated the existing ground height system that I have, so well, zero height doesn't need to be marked, but everything that's higher or lower is marked with these height tiles. So here I've added some kind of visual tile to indicate that this isn't like a straight wall. And then I've painted with 4x4 sized tiles in a way that the height is changing gradually. So it starts from tiles with just like one black dot in the corner, these yellow ones. Means that the ground height there is 2 pixels. So if I walk up here, you can see that I move up ever so slightly. These are like 6 pixels. These have like 3 dots. 8. These have like what? 10. 8. 6. 2. 1. 0. So yeah, I changed how the collision system works with the main ground height tiles too. So there's a tolerance value now, which means that you don't have to have Z value higher than the tile that you're walking into if the height of the tile is less than the tolerance value. And currently the tolerance value is something like 8. So basically like knee height, or 6 I think. Something 6 or 8, doesn't really matter, but it's like basically like knee height of the character. So if there is like some stuff on the ground that isn't really that high, that you have to like jump over it, you can just like walk over it, and you'll be fine. Like introducing that tolerance value to the equation of the ground height system made it feel a lot smoother, and I think it's a bit more satisfying now too, because when you're making like some tricky jump, or you're just like like there, like you just barely make the jump, but it still doesn't look like weird. It kind of like makes sense that if you land so that your feet are like below the edge that you're trying to cross, you can still kind of like make it. Just like bend your knees and you'll have a rough landing, but still you can make the landing, um, or make the jump. So yeah, I think that the tolerance value actually helps with the overall feeling of jumping from one height to another or doing like tricky jumps. I have to say that with these slopes, this isn't or wasn't really the first thing that I tried, and I'm pretty sure that at some point I will actually return to my original idea how I wanted to make these slopes. I wanted them to be a bit more kind of like elegant, I guess, is one way to describe it. Um, but I was honestly I was doing the slope system or whatever you want to call it. I was doing it really late at night, and I wasn't really doing much progress after a certain point. I kind of like hit a bug, and I was really tired. I wanted to go to sleep, so in the end, I just like whipped out this system on top of the existing one, and was like, okay, it works. I can now walk from one height to another. It works good enough for good enough for my standards. So yeah, I have to fix the lighting system. I want to tinker with the drop shadows for like trees at least. I want to add more tiles for this tile set, so I can make a bit more interesting looking stuff. The lighting system really adds to the look of the game for sure. Uh, so maybe I'll fix that first. I don't know yet. Anyway, after I'm done with the tiles, or I'm happy enough with them so I can move forward, I'll start to work with the save and load system for the game, like some kind of basic way of doing it, some kind of basic quest tracking, or more like something for the save and load system to actually save and load, and then I'll do some kind of basic inventory. I really want to kick that little fellow around. Alright, that's it. Cheers, thanks, bye.